Welcome to the special Halloween edition of Meads and Sweets. Okay, so today we just got a random eclectic assortment of Halloween things. My eye just started burning. I decided I wanted to talk about for Halloween this story. It's a true, like, it actually happened. And like something happened at school this week that kind of made me think about it, and people actually said, like, you should cover this in Meats and Sweets, and I was like, you know what, that actually fits with this other thing that I kind of wanted to talk about. So I'm going to talk about both of them. You may remember as a kid going out and trick-or-treating and getting all your candy and all your little bags of pretzels and snacks, because there's always that one family that hands out the pretzels. You remember getting home and having to dump out your candy in the middle of the floor and having to wait what seemed like forever for your parents, who were overly paranoid and overly protective, to search through your candy, making sure that there's not deadly poison in your candy. As we all know, every adult in America is out to murder children.
That's so true.
Growing up, I always thought that this was like the biggest, like, irrational paranoia that, like, my parents had, or it was mostly my mom. But, like, I knew that other families did it, and I was like, this is so dumb. Like, why are they freaking out so much? It turns out, I found out, like, a few years ago, that it all traces back to this one guy. His name is Ronald Clark O'Brien. He poisoned his own 8-year-old son in order to try to get a $40,000 life insurance claim on him. He was, like, broke. He was in debt. $40,000 doesn't seem like that much money, even in 1974 when this happened. It really doesn't seem worth it to me, like, to kill your own son and to, you know, probably get caught. So what he did was he took a bunch of pixie sticks, yes, a bunch of pixie sticks, and filled them with cyanide, and then stapled them shut, and gave them out to not only his son, but every kid in the neighborhood that went trick-or-treating with his son. I don't know why. I guess just to try to, like, cover his tracks, because it would have been more suspicious if it was just his son. I don't know. But by some sort of miracle, his daughter and no other kid in the neighborhood wound up eating any of these pixie sticks, which I don't understand, because when I eat pixie sticks, I eat like 5 at a time. So basically, Ronald O'Brien was caught. He was found guilty, even though he pleaded his innocence. He was killed by lethal injection 10 years later. It took 10 years.
Wow. So
kids, it's this jerk's fault that now, whenever there's a small tear in your Halloween candy, your parents make you throw it away. It's because of this guy that your mom is overprotective. Other people have done this since then, so we gotta give him a little credit. Like, people have done crazy things, but this guy really set the stage for it. It really all comes back to him.
I'd be that mom, like that micro mom, that, like, would want them to throw it out, not because of, like, fear of drugs, but fear of microbes.
The moral of the story is that if someone out there is trying to poison your child's Halloween candy, it's probably you. The way that ties into current events is that this week there was a drug bust on our campus, on our school's campus, that they found 40 pounds of drug-laced candy that people, like, made and were selling. 40 pounds of drug-laced Halloween candy. There was THC was in it, which is found in marijuana. So kids are getting high off of this candy.
Great.
We didn't start it.
My little story for Halloween is kind of scary. So there's this road, and it's called the Devil's Road, and it leads up to this house called the Cult House. It's located near the Delaware northern border between Pennsylvania and Delaware. It's in Chadds Ford area. If you go up this road, it's, first of all, it's like super windy. There's like 100 different kinds of curves just leading up to this road. When you go up the road, you can see like that the trees are slanted away from the road as if it's trying to get away from something. I've seen pictures of it. I mean, I haven't gone there. And then once you get to the top, there's this so-called house, the Cult House, where, like...
I'm sure there's a house.
Yeah.
Not a so-called house.
Like, no, like the so-called satanic house. That, like, there would be, like, rituals held there. So, if you're a spirit seeker and you want to go check out what's going on there, you won't get very far. it's almost impossible to actually get there just because there's been stories of people actually going up the road and their electronic devices will just shut off. But that's not even like where it'll stop you. If you try and go there, like especially like probably tonight, like on Halloween, there's probably going to be cops around like waiting for people to like show up because they don't want anybody like intruding. On the trees, of course, there's like no trespassing and stuff like that, but people still go. But the most, like, the weirdest thing is that if you do go up the road, there's usually like I've heard these stories where if you go up the road, then these like black SUVs will just show up out of nowhere and like literally run you off the road. Nobody wants you to go up there to see what's going on. That's why there's like hardly any pictures. I don't really know what's going on up there. Like nobody really knows what happened. Nobody knows like about the house. But
so how do they know that there were satanic things going on?
I don't know. It's just creepy. It's a creepy like place to go. Like I don't know.
Let's go.
Like nobody knows who's driving the car. Like obviously there's people that are trying to protect the house.
Oh, they're saying
it's
like
not
ghosts
spirit
driving
cars.
the car.
No, it's like actual cars. Like they'll just be like, okay, you need to leave. Like they'll be like running you off the road. You'll get off the road. You'll leave, and then you'll be like, where'd that SUV go? Like, why did they want us out? That's like the confusing part. Like, why can't we go see it?
I'm gonna have to go do research on this.
It's not like the story is not supposed to be like, oh, you know, there's spirits up there, but you know, it's like a creepy story, you know. So happy Halloween!
Everybody have fun trick or treating, but don't cyanide your kids and
don't go to creepy houses.
Yeah. That's the life lesson for this video.
Okay.
Oh, crown.
You're no longer the queen.
They'll never be royal.